Welcome back to Goliath Gets It Done. Today we're going to do something a little more fun before we get into the video. Every time I get 50 subscribers, I'm going to randomly draw somebody and you guys are going to get a Goliath jacket. We'll have a little bit of fun. So please subscribe to this channel. If you have not seen part 1, please check out part 1. There will also be a part 3 of 1-minute shelters. I'm going to display 3 different types of 1-minute shelters that you can do for emergency situations. If you're interested in any of the stuff that we've used in this video, please check out the links in the description in the box below and make sure to press the subscribe button. I told you I was going to do this for you. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out right now, but the weather is changing. It's going to get to about -12 tonight. So the trick is, you guys, when you're surviving, is don't wait too long to make the shelter. If you guys know you're down and out, or even feel like that, start making a shelter. It is imperative to your survival. The next thing you got to do is you got to scope out the area. You got to find a decent spot that's going to work for your stuff. Third, do an inventory of all your equipment. You're going to lay it out before you start building anything, and you're going to make sure your tarps are the right size for the tree before you start putting too much energy into it. All right, here we go. So I found a spot here. It is not ideal, but it gives me 2 trees. I'm gonna cut this tree down in the middle here, and we're gonna build our shelter here tonight. The reason I'm building it right here is because you don't want your wind to be blowing into the face of your shelter. So we're gonna put our shelter this way, and the wind is blowing that way. It'll still keep the heat in, but it's not gonna fill your super shelter full of smoke. Super important, you guys. Okay, first things first. We're gonna clear the area out so that we can figure out what we're doing and our beds aren't sinking. There, with a little bit of hard work, we got that tree down, and then we'll start getting some tarps going. This is the reflective tarp. This is what we want to use for the back. We're gonna size this up before we start cutting our poles and branches to make this thing fit. So it's very warm right now. I had to take a layer off. You don't want to sweat. You want to just kind of pace yourself. But the storm and the cold is coming, so we definitely want to prepare for that. I've decided to start building a shelter now. Worst case scenario, if you don't need it, you don't need it. But if you do need it, you're going to want it. That will work perfect. We can just put this off to the side now. We can find our pole. I like doing a cinch knot, and then when you feed this through, you can cinch on it really tight, so it gets it quite a bit tighter. I'm gonna make a couple stakes, pull my tarp back. If you're trying to tighten up a tarp, I'm just getting some grass. You can get some moss, anything, just roll it into a ball so it doesn't puncture the tarp. And then you can tie a knot around it and it'll pull the tarp a little bit tighter. It's starting to look like something. Now we're gonna make the super shelter part. This shelter, if you just closed in the sides and you had a little bit of fire, it would sort of keep you warm. You could probably get by with it. But we're gonna do the super shelter because we're gonna try to be as comfortable as we can tonight. Guys and girls, here it is. It's not pretty. I'm not claiming to be a professional. Make a quick survival shelter. And what I did was I kind of made a raised bed. It is not going to be comfortable. but the heat will go underneath it. It'll keep me warm and dry, and that's all I really care about. Next step is collecting a lot of firewood and building a heat deflector right in front here. You guys are all waiting to see this hacksaw. I tried this saw. I tried it with both blades on it. It doesn't work nearly as good as I hoped it would. This pruning saw works way better. So that's why we're out here trying this stuff out to see what works best and what doesn't. That pruning saw cuts 10 times faster. All right guys, we're building our fire deflector. Believe it or not, that little bit will help. Make sure you use green wood for your fire deflector. It'll help preserve it. All right, you guys, it's starting to get dark, so for about the last hour or so, I've been just chopping trees down, just bucking them up. We're gonna do a long fire tonight. Makes it easier to heat the super shelter, so I'm cutting everything in about 2.5 to 3 feet lengths. And it makes it easier to haul around and not so much cutting and not so much labor and calories burnt. So anyways, I've been cutting trees down for about an hour. I've been piling it up there. You can see my pile now. It's looking pretty good. I think I might go for one more good load, because the last thing I want to do is at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning while it's cold. So might as well do it now, and then we'll start a fire and get dinner going. Fire. Once you have fire, you're okay. Just got to get this baby burning. Once we have a bed of coals, it will be a lot more comfortable. Let's get this fire going, start cooking some dinner. I think we got lots of wood. Okay, we got a fire going real nice. And I just heated up a cup of soup on that jet boil. Takes about 2 minutes or so. Looks very, very good. I've been sweating all day, so I have a little bit of a chill. And I haven't eaten much today, so I'm really looking forward to having a warm cup of soup. Hey guys, it's 9:30. Campfire's still going good. It's getting a little colder. You can see. Just check the temperature of the shelter, and it's about 15 degrees in there, but the fire was just about out, so it's doing pretty good. I just stoked the fire. It's been a long day, you guys. That is hard work, man. Any sort of survival or camping, especially in the winter, is super hard work. So anyways, fire's going. Shelter's warmed up. I'm gonna crawl in, try to have a nap, and then get up in a couple hours and stoke the fire again. It's actually really nice and warm in here. Probably about 15 degrees or so. And I'm gonna have a snack, keep some calories up, and it is bedtime. So we'll see you guys in the middle of the night. It's about midnight. Just re-stoked the fire. We catching pretty soon. Yeah, staying pretty decent in that shelter, and should be good for another couple hours. 1 o'clock in the morning. The fire's doing awesome. It's really nice and toasty in here. About 17, 18 degrees, I guess. So it's doing great. I'm gonna stoke it up one more time and then go back to bed. Good morning. It's cold as promised. We got some weather last night, a little skiff of snow, and it's cold. It's probably minus 16 right now. I'll check the temperature and show you guys, but yeah, minus 16. And it stayed pretty good in the shelter as long as the fire kept going. So I'm gonna stoke it up real good, make a nice big fire, and then we'll get some breakfast on the go. So if you're wondering how warm it gets in front of this fire, just got in from outside. My gloves are just a touch damp. I don't know if you can see them smoking or not, but they're steaming. So that tells you how warm it is in here. It's actually really cold out. Super Shelter did really good. That plastic in front makes a big difference. It holds some heat in. I don't know if you see it, but I got my jet broil going here. I'm gonna boil some water, and I'll show you what's on the menu this morning. Hot peanut butter and raisin oatmeal. I really need to get something warm in my body, so that will be fantastic. So while we're waiting for the oatmeal, I'm gonna make a little bit of hot coffee. As coffee grinds, you can hold coffee grinds in there. So just boiling some water for it and have some oatmeal and coffee this morning. Now we're gonna put this in. You can see the rubber strainer. You can see it filtered the grinds out. Now we have some nice hot coffee. Nice warm oatmeal. Not bad at all. It'll stick to the ribs. You know, for some basic survival items, you can stay pretty comfortable in some harsh environments. I had dinner last night, breakfast this morning, stayed warm last night. A little bit of work, and it makes it a lot more comfortable with the right supplies. Nice hot cup of coffee. Oh, that just puts some life right back into you as soon as you have something warm in your belly. Well, I hope you guys learned something. Make sure you check out the links below. I'm going to have a description of all of my gear, clothing, materials, everything that I used in this video. And I hope you guys stay safe out there.